What if a Dunskin suddenly called you the modern Western Pacific? Can he kill the entire food chain and dominate the sea again? At this moment, the dark waters on the edge of the Mariner Sea. A small Dunskin has just broken through. The Barty is usually less than 35 cm and weighs 55 k. In the modern ocean, it weakly swims into a case to bear, but the blood of an emperor from 360 million years ago flows in his Barty. The strategic crisis it faces is not a battle between strategic envoys, but the deadly deep sea makes win. The vast ocean in the Devon season is Kionhai, which is warm at 28 degrees all year round, but now the deep ocean current is only 18 degrees Celsius of 49. This 10-degree temperature difference makes it suffer as a temperature-deficient animal. To fight against the meaning that can scorch out the fire of life. The extreme feeling of heat was changed to another line. This Yuan-Gu machine is about to move the river, continue high-calorie blood and flesh to maintain Barty temperature. It's like a cold shadow, sliding quietly against the bottom of the sea, looking for the first meal of modern times. The first group of training objects appeared, a few shimmering modern sardines. In its original valley memory, all exercises are slow and fake evidence. Jiarchen is dedicated to having a unique fork-connected head Google. Can form a terrifying vacuum pressure in the mouth, with a limit opening and closing of 0.2 seconds. With just one face-to-face meeting, you can inhale the face house from the air. It narks silently closer and instantly starts breathing. But reality gave it a slap in the face. The excitability of modern bony fishes has long been restricted to extreme levels. The swarm of sardines reaches maximum speed in 0.5 seconds. Want to be torn apart in an instant like a gust of wind. Xiao Deng belongs to the fatal suction of 0.2 seconds. I just swallowed a mouthful of cold water. Even if it tries its best to resign, I can't catch up with these nimble sardines either. And this kind of explosive rhetoric, it can only last for 3 seconds. Once the speed is reached in 3 seconds, the pressure will be cut off and the pressure will drop. I can only watch Lu disappear. This is the first time it understands. The modern ocean is completely different from the world it experienced. Been hungry all day. In the end, it can only lark a confident crab between the dark glue. Within 0.2 seconds. Extremely fast opening and closing of core bones. Even if it's sexy, it also exerts a bite force of 500 arcson on the bone plate. The crab didn't even have time to react, was instantly crushed. Eating crabs and carry on. It spent another year in humiliation. Half a year later, it recedes from the cartilage again and again, slowly settle the lid on the head. Finally it grew to 1 meter long, bone armor of the head. Begins to develop a hard black luster. At this time it ushered in the first real moon pole trial. 3 black chickens with a Barty length of 1.5 meters are killed with glue, tattooed with the smell of blood, surrounded. In cartilage memory. In the early days, fish was killed without even having teeth. Fragile sea surface. It commits fatal arrogance. Pingjing instinct is like a piece of garbage, charged towards the glue kill. But reality turned into a cruel moment. Modern fish killing abandons mutual armor, in exchange for ultimate fluid mechanics. A piece of glue kills a light side step. Instant collision. Just then talk about shame. Sissy bites it unarmored. Covered rear Barty. A sharp pain came from the heart. Glue to kill several legs. Carve towards high agility. Play like a harp light. Continuously winding and biting the back less than half a minute. It already has 7 or 8 more traces on it. The bloody mouth of the deep visible valley, the painful place finally changes its form and reason. Brainless hard steel. There is only one way to die. Strong desire to have children. Make it suddenly start growing. Barty slightly. To a broken piece of iron that has lost its life. Treat me the same way to the bottom of the sea. An ultimate glue kill thought that the practice object was separated. Comes straight up. Ready to harvest. Just kill it in glue. The moment when you enter the blind spot of attack, Harutani's killing move is activated instantly. 4 consecutive dry valleys. Mengren pulls away. The terrifying vacuum repressure. Let the giant face of seawater bring down the glue carefully. Just 0.2 seconds. Leaf pressure extreme bite force of 50 newtons. Must come together suddenly. Those big killing knives are like cutting tofu. Extremely brutal crushing and decapitation. A lifetime of hair-raising door narcs. Glue kills without even having enough time for nerves to react. It was directly tied into 2 parts alive. There are 2 pieces of glue left to kill. Extremely bloody and violent. Harutani's kick killing method is a complete kill. In their millions of years of evolutionary memory. Never seen such a moment. A monster that cuts its kind in 2. Extreme fear overcomes aphasia. They change direction without hesitation. Crazy escape. Spray this half-kill fish. Completely ignited his growth engine. The next 3 years. He commented on vacuum absorption. Kill with bones and legs. It has grown quite a bit along the way. 5 years later, he grew to 5 meters long. Hit the second end again. He thinks he has reached the top of proficiency again. Until one day, he met a group. A huge shadow that blarks out all light. One head is 30 meters long. Rebeat the blue and gold of 100 ends. Draw slowly from above. That moment, his sensory system was completely thrown into chaos. In the memory of the Devonian season, doesn't exist at all. This huge mountain-like thing. He instinctively showed his explosive knife, probing but determined to discover. In the face of absolute quality, any wind-powered bone blade has lost its meaning. Lan Jin didn't even testify to look at him. The economy is the terrifying undercurrent and shark waves generated when the great giant swims. In an instant, this heavy-duty tank was destroyed. First turn to Haitong. This is one of the things that comes from modern service animals. Silent annihilation. This encounter made him more mentally corrupted. Another 5 years. He grew to an average height of 6'5" meters. The perfect body with 3 points and 5 ends. Black medicine stone heavy armor with a height of 5 centimeters, plus death like bone plate. Ding Feng's bite force is amazing. 60,000 newtons, a total of 12,000 kilograms, 3 times that of Dabesha. He came out of the deep water with a big bite. A sharp and oppressive smell. Forcing the Dabesha group to modify the return route that has been used for tens of thousands of years. He once again drew on pure violence. Living in the modern ocean. The guard of death who dare not look directly into the eyes prefers to be in the highest court. Drop the coldest frost. A few months later, he met the most powerful enemy of this era. A tiger spirit with a dancing head and body over 8 meters long. This group has extremely high and long deep waves. Don't take off the rest of your clothes at all, when Dunkleosteus assumes an arrogant attitude. Prepare for air filling. The tiger spirit group instantly activates and reduces to attack. They plunge into ghostly madness. Unleash Seer's high energy density and dense bubble death. Let the Dunster fish see and find the line. Complete line chaos. But in this extreme passivity. The arrival of the Harutarni newspaper army completely broke down. Dunkleosteus was enraged. He violently smashed the bubbles and died. Sissy larked onto a tiger spirit who was too close. Hidden sand moves launch a terrifying vacuum in the western hinterland. Instantly drain the water in front of you. Just 0.2 seconds. A big frying knife big enough to crush Gangbai. Empty soft pow. A stuck sound. Zhenger Yulong's violent voice on Google. Exploded in the deep sea. Up to 60 newtons in the bite barks. Directly bite the water flow. That tiger spirit that weighs as much as the tarp of the tree. Not even the remaining levin has been released. Extremely cruel. He was about to be blown into 2 pieces on the spot. Nongchu first bleeds, instantly turned red. This original Valley newspaper army used the most brutal physics to paint shapes, forcibly took over the modern Poseidon's medicine. But this is a disgraceful blow at the moment. It also exhausted his instantaneous explosive power. At the same time, he completely declared his intention to die. The remaining 4 tiger spirit didn't flinch because of the death of his companions. Extremely high IQ. Let them enter a new mode of absolute indifference. They use 1/10 the turning radius of a dunskin. Cut into a blind corner. Perfectly avoid black medicine and food armor, biting the soft handle and belly with silk thread. Crazy silk pulling and playing the strings. Dunkleosteus releases vacuum rod again and again. Horrible air bursts out again and again. But it can only leave an ineffective dazzling nest in the seawater. This ancient chariot was built for frontal hard steel. Under the modern 3-dimensional tactical pull vehicle. Striving for determination. Just a few minutes. Extremely extreme. Let Dun's fish have a bigger body. Starp struggling completely. Falling helplessly into the abyss. The 4 tiger spirits opened their mouth. No solid plan at all. They act like losers. Traveling around the dilapidated remains. Even riding on the tail arrogantly. Started a few times. The heavy head that Dunkleosteus is attracted to. Then there was a burst of supervisory calls. Leaving for the Yangcheng city of Giao, the absolute overlord who once ruled 360 million years ago. After all, he could not escape the fate of being destroyed. The ultimate inorganic Dunkleosteus, unable to resist the spiritual fire tactic that was reduced to a strike. The bite force of the cry pull pin. An agile voice that cannot keep up with evolution. He finally talked about the city of the deep sea. Connecting with the Fendu belongs to Devonian ancient fury. Completely lost in this strange deep sea,